Hit record. Welcome to tonight's Zoom. It is Thursday, May 18th. Just a couple of announcements before we start off.
Right.
Did I say Thursday?
Yeah.
Thank you, Derwood. It is Monday, May 18th. I got the date right, at least that's what my watch is for. So we have just one announcement, and then for our Zoom today, it's going to be a little bit of a shortened Zoom because I know Rebecca and Christy and Marie and I are leading the next challenge we do will be together. So we're kind of meeting right after this and talking about how we're going to divide up all of that information. But for the majority of our Zoom today, we are going to talk about what's going well for you and what your challenges are, and kind of just update us on where you are in your business and what your next step is. So what's your next step, your next goal? I'd say in the next 60 days, like what's your next 60-day goal? So we'll be talking a little bit about that. And if you don't know what it is, I can kind of help form you, and depending on where you are in your business. But before we get to that, we are offering a new Rank in the Bank program. It starts on, this was Derwood's idea. I love this idea, Derwood. All it is it's an accountability group. So it's similar to our challenge groups that we run for people with health and fitness and nutrition, but it's all based around our productivity in the business. So new Rank in the Bank, we are calling that because we are asking for everybody to put $10 into kind of a pot. And then for 1 month, for 30 days in the month of June, so June 1st through June 30th, anyone who increases in rank, so whether you go from coach to emerald or emerald to ruby or ruby to diamond, you get that many slices of the pot, if you will. So if I'm just a regular coach and I go from coach all the way to ruby, that means that I get 2 slices of the pot. So it's $10 to enter. Any diamond coach, which is me, Christy, and pretty stinking soon Derwood. Any diamond level coach is going to match whatever our PS coaches put in. So if I bring in 4 coaches and they all put in $10, I'll put in $40 just so that we can kind of increase the pot and make it a little bit more fun for us all.
Hey, Rachel, for the new coaches, can you explain what emerald, ruby, diamond, what that means?
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, so if I am a coach and I want to get to the next level, that means I want to start participating in what's called Team Cycle Bonus, I need to become emerald. Emerald means I have 2 coaches who I have personally sponsored, one on my right and one on my left. If I have 2 coaches on my right that I have personally sponsored, I'm not emerald. It has to be evenly distributed. So here's me, and then here's my coach on my right, here's my coach on my left. That's emerald. To get to ruby, now Derwood and I kind of disagree on this, and I think I'm leaning back towards what I learned. Ruby, I believe, is 3 coaches on your left, 3 coaches on your right, and 1 has to be emerald on each side. Derwood thinks it's 4 and 4. Christy, do you know?
4 and 4 without an emerald.
Without any emeralds, do you think it's 4 and 4?
Yep.
I think it's 3 and 3 because I moved back down to ruby and then back up.
That's why I think it's 3 and 3 too, Derwood. Because Christy just dropped to ruby and now she's back up to diamond.
How do people skip ruby?
I skipped ruby because I had 12 coaches before I was diamond. So just for those of you who are like, what is she talking about? Diamond means I make a little bit more money per team cycle bonus, per the productivity of our team. If you haven't done Rock the Basics yet, all of this is in Rock the Basics. And we'll get to that a little bit in our discussion. But yeah, diamond is I have 4 on my left, 4 on my right. So that's technically only 8 coaches, but I had 12 coaches before I had any emeralds under me. So an emerald, I had to have an emerald on my left and an emerald on my right to be diamond. So Derwood, I had 12 coaches and I was not ruby. So unless they've changed it, I went from 12 coaches as an emerald level coach to a diamond like that. I skipped over ruby.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good.
So that's common. And if you skip over ruby, that's great. Congratulations. You'll get two slices of the pot. You'll get more information about this new Rank in the Bank in the next couple weeks. But it's going to be super simple. We're just going to ask you every single day to check in. So check in every single day and tell us the three vital behaviors. So what did you do for your workout that day? You can check in with that if you want. Being proof the product works. and then personal development. What did you read that day? And then, or listen to, and then invite, and just give us names of who you invited to a challenge, who you talked to about fitness. I consider invite 3 different things. So 1, just inviting people to be your friend. So talking to people about fitness, talking to people about their lives. Number 2, invite them to do a challenge group with you. And then the third one, invite people to the coaching opportunity. So we'll be talking about those 3 things every single day during the whole month of June, and just that'll just kind of push all of our businesses forward with new rank in the bank. So that is the one announcement. The other one is keep your eye on our teamwholefit.com, because not only has this been a great resource for our brand new coaches. So remember, when we bring a brand new coach on, we give them the new coach welcome email, which is back in the Team Whole Fit Facebook page. And then we send them to teamwholefit.com, which is where all of our trainings are. It has just worked gangbusters for me and my new coaches. It's a way for them to get through the lessons as quickly or as slowly as they want, but I kind of help gauge them. Like I want to keep the momentum alive. So I help them set goals. When do you want to be done with the prep class? Well, I want to be done by Friday. Okay. So I'll check in with them on Thursday. How are you doing on the prep class? Are you making the progress that you wanted to make? And now it is interactive. So anytime someone, with every lesson, there is a chance to comment below, and those comments will be sent to their coach. So, woo-hoo.
Is there any way for like 30 seconds for you to share your screen and show them, for those who haven't got on there, since we have some new people on there, what that exactly looks like?
Yes, I'm so glad you said that, Christy.
Sorry.
No, that's great.
I'm all up in your business today.
Do it. Get in my business. This is good. I want to hit this hard because this is the biggest thing we've been able to do for our coaches. Okay, so first of all, if you go to, I just sent someone here today who is interested in coaching. So Team Whole Fit, do what you love, become a coach. There's a little bit more information. And if they want to find out more what it means to be a coach, they click this button. So this is a new thing we added too. And it's become a coach, fill out this form, and I will contact you to talk about coaching. So it's just full name, phone number, email, Facebook URL, so we can find them on Facebook, and then who sent you this website. That way, when you hit submit, it will be sent to that person's email address. Our friend Lauren rocks my face off. I essentially say, hey, can you do this? And she says, sure, we'll give it a try. And she finds a way. So our coach login is next level, all one word, next level. Hit enter, and then here is our team. This is our Rock the Basics program. And we might be changing the content a little bit on it, but for right now, this is everything that our parent company, Team Rockstar Fit, does. And so you just click on this. I'm ready to start the prep class. Welcome. You go through. There's a video right here. You watch the video. Do this. Go to lesson 1. So it's essentially you're reading Mind Body Business, watching a video, listening to the team wake up call, and then there's a comment section. Where is that comment section? Yeah, right down here. There's a comment section. So you can, see it says recipient Rachel Bergman. You can do Durwood Tenney, Christy Hayes, Leah Lanning, Natalie Fletcher, General Coach Inbox. So I just did the people that were showing up regularly to our Zooms, because I knew that because they were showing up regularly, they were pretty invested in what we're doing. So those were the only people we put on there, but we can absolutely add your name if you know that you're going to be having people join us. So it'll go directly to your email address. And then General Coach Inbox, that's in case somebody doesn't have like an upline sponsor that's really paying close attention to them. But we know we all are paying close attention to our coaches who need us. Does that answer your question, Christy?
Yeah, and I was just going to say that's 10 days, right? That prep class is technically 10 lessons, and you can do them on your own. But if you are kind of brand new, Rebecca too, like you and Dustin, that would be something for y'all to go through. Marie did it when she first became a coach, but it kind of helps explain like the jargon of like diamond, ruby, emerald, why you want to be what you want to be, how you get there. Super simple how to set up things, and always, contact me if you're like, this doesn't make any sense. But for me, that was kind of like the note, like that helped me so much, because it was a little overwhelming to hear all the jargon or to read things. This was so easy for me. It was 10 days in a little class, and this now you get to do it on your own. So it could take 30 minutes, sometimes less than that. to read and to kind of look up on it. So that will just, to me, it made me breathe easy and go, oh, that's easy, you know. Yeah. So
Cool.
Yeah. One quick question. So Team Rockstar Fit, which is kind of our parent company, they created this training program, and we're kind of in the midst of, among other things, looking at the content and refreshing the content. But they have a prep class, which is just like very basic, the stuff you must know to be a coach. Then there's 1.0 and 2.0, and it kind of gets more in depth with the business with everyone. Then there's also one called 3.0. We did not put the content on this because it's A, because we don't have a lot of people who are ready to do it, and B, because you do have the option of doing it in a class with some other coaches. We have considered for our new rank in the bank, and you guys, since you're on here, you can weigh in on this, but for our new rank in the bank, we have considered putting the content from 3.0 in that class, in that just new rank in the bank. Would you guys rather have a little bit of content like that? And we would condense it down so that it wouldn't be as long. Would you rather kind of see what the 3.0 content was and do it together as a team? Or would you rather just keep it simple? All I want to do is check in every single day with be proof the product works, personal development, and invite. What kind of sounds better to you as far as a class? Do you like the idea of having a class and kind of checking out some of the content that 3.0 does? It's a lot on time management. It's a big, like instead of getting into Beachbody basics, it's really business basics. So it's really kind of how to organize your day, how to organize your time, how to have specific conversations. It's really very personal development-esque. And it's good stuff. It's all really good stuff. I felt like I grew more from 3.0 than any of the other ones. Does anybody want to weigh in on that? What do you think about that?
I kind of think it should just be the daily check-in, but I'm not. It won't bug me if all that other stuff is on there. But
okay. And I think if other people are still doing 1.0 and 2.0, I would say just disregard this content and just check in below. And they can tell us what lesson they did that day on the Rock the Basics. That might be what we do too. Christy, what do you think?
I think you could have it on there for whoever wants to do it, and who doesn't. Just like the basic is check in. If you want the added extra, it's there for you to learn. That could be your personal development for the day. If it's not, if you don't want to do that, just check in. And there'll be some days that you're, you know, even for me, I'm like, ooh, I want to read that. I have time. And then there's some days that I'd be like, no, I don't have time for that today.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's great. Great feedback. Okay. Does anybody have any questions before we move on to our roundtable discussion? Does anybody have any other questions about New Rank in the Bank starting June 1st or the teamwholefit.com? Chirp. Nobody? Christy, you have a question? Something's happening. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm literally just going to kind of go based on who I see in the screen. I know that all of our screens look different. By the way, if you're brand new to this Zoom or Zooms in general, up in the right-hand corner is a speaker view or gallery view. I highly suggest if you're on a laptop or a desktop that you do gallery view. That way we can all see each other's pretty faces. But let's start with Rebecca. Rebecca, why don't you just tell us kind of where you are in the business, what training, and if you're like, no, I really am brand new at this and I haven't done any training yet, that's way okay to say that. And then kind of what's going well for you and what your questions are.
I'm definitely brand new. I looked at teamwholefit.com. I
Okay.
logged in.
Okay.
And that's as far as I've gotten so far.
Perfect.
But I did get my husband registered to be a coach this weekend. He's super excited. He wanted to be on the call, but we have just gotten home from T-ball, so he's working on my children, getting them to bed.
That's so nice.
And we are going to probably go through the lessons together. That way we just knock it out.
Yeah.
We have my mother-in-law has actually signed up to be part of the challenge. So I have one customer so far.
Nice.
And a couple that I haven't talked to and invited and that are super interested, but haven't yet committed.
Very cool. Very cool. And so since you're brand new, you might not know kind of what your, you said, when did you say you actually signed up to be a coach?
I became a coach in February, I think.
Okay.
Right, Christy? I think that'd be right.
Okay. So just so you know, for your new coaches, like this would apply to your husband who just signed up, you said this week.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a program called the Success Starters Program, and it is for anyone who is a brand new coach who is interested in winning a free ticket to Summit. We have a Summit big coach event every year. It's going to be in Nashville in July. And he has the option to win a free ticket. So if he hits what's called Success Club 5 in June, July, and August. So May doesn't count because that's technically it's
So it's free ticket for 16.
Free ticket for 2016. Yeah. So he would hit June, July, and August, and then that's a free ticket for 2016. So keep that in mind. I don't think that's in your training, but keep that in mind when you're learning about what Success Club 5 is and all of that.
Okay.
So good. So since you're brand new, you might not have any 60-day goals, but do you have kind of anything in mind, like something you'd like to do or any questions about that?
I definitely just want to get through learning all the like jargon, the wording, what everything is. I don't know what left side, right side means.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Okay.
And that's like my short-term goal. Long-term, I would love to have at least one more coach signed up in 60 days.
Yay. Yeah. That's great. So then your goal would be Emerald.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is great. Good. No, I think those are great goals. You're right. There is definitely a learning curve when it comes to all the jargon and, learning how to communicate not only outside of the business, but also inside the business. There's an awful lot of acronyms.
Yeah.
There is.
That's like my real job. So I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah. Well, that's great. What is your real job, Rebecca?
I'm the manager of division orders, which is like an oil and gas land thing. There's a lot of weird accounting, title,
Yeah.
contracts.
Got it.
I don't know how much you know about oil and gas, but it's a lot of numbers and a lot of letters.
Got it. Yeah. No, I know nothing.
It's okay.
Those are great goals, though. Those are great. Definitely Emerald in 60 days. I think that's completely doable for you.
Cool.
So good. Any other questions for me or for Christy?
I don't think so.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Durwood, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm so close to Diamond. I know that if my coach Michael, I told him, man, if you can, he signed up. He got 2 new customers that were people that I was talking to, and pretty much had him sold on everything already. And I was happy for him to get some customers. And I know I can convert one of them to a coach if he could find one other person. And it would just be like, it'd be so nice, so cool if I could get that done the next 2 days, because that means I'd be going as a diamond and you'd be going as a 2-star to Summit. But I do have another person who is, says that she will be signing up by tomorrow as a coach. And so she's a person that I haven't met. And so that's kind of fun. Actually, I haven't even spoken with, so we just do chatting, and I feel like I know her. I mean, her kids are in scouting like mine and everything like that. So I'm really enjoying coaching. I've passed up the 450-pound mark on my challengers weight loss for this year so far. So that's pretty cool.
That's huge.
No, my goal is 1,000 for this year. Challenges. I've been feeling pretty consistent lately. The last week I tried, doing longer workouts because I wanted to make sure I was up for Body Beast, because I kind of got in the routine of 30-minute workouts with P90X3. And I'm reading the Slight Edge, but that has been getting bumped in my morning routine. And so I've been trying to squeeze that in. So I've been struggling, although I have been listening to old wake-up calls. I love the wake-up call from today. I thought that was a good one. She was good. I wanted to hear more about her story and what Beachbody's done for her financially. I always love it when they ask that question at the end of the wake-up calls. But I listen to a wake-up call every day. But I need getting in my Slight Edge is really what I need to work on. But I've been pretty consistent about inviting and following up with people, and I I feel so close on so many people, and then people that I think are, oh yeah, they're perfect for it. All of a sudden, with Shakeology gave me gas. I'm like, all right, whatever. So, but no, everything's going pretty good. I think, I'm hoping to hit, I'm at 8 Success Club points this month, and so my goal is 15, and so I got less than half a month to get there. So
Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. Tell us how you met the girl that you said is a total stranger. How'd you meet her?
So this one, I actually have a couple total strangers in my group right now, but the one that's going to sign up as a coach was someone that my first coach, Jamie, who is now inactive and essentially committed to being out of he's got like days left before he's no longer a coach. He had talked to this woman and sold her some Shakeology, but he didn't stick with the program. And so he had pretty much made up his mind that this wasn't for him. And so here he would have had a coach, if he would have hung in there. But she lives up in St. Charles, and she's just, she's an active poster in my group. She's sort of inconsistent on her workouts, but I really think that becoming a coach is what's going, once she has one person that she's invited to be responsible and mentor over, I think that's going to be all that she needs, because I can tell she's a giver. And what I have found is that the people that are struggling to stick with their workouts in my group are these overachieving givers that they put everyone else above themselves. And when I point that out, they recognize it and agree. And when I try to tell them that, listen, you'll be a better caregiver for the people that you love so much if you take care of yourself first, they agree with that, but it barely has any impact on their outcomes. And so I really think that once she starts mentoring and teaching it, then she'll have this desire to be the best she can be in that regards. And so, yep, that's how I met her.
You're exactly right. I feel like there's so many people in our world that are givers. And, Christy a couple weeks ago told us about that book, The Go-Giver. And I think a lot of people are just in jobs where they don't get to use that serving gift. And this is kind of a great opportunity to help people use that gift. So way to go, finding some people like that. I'm really glad you said that, Darwood, because I have a coach or a new customer that just bought a challenge pack from me. Actually, so last week, our Zoom was all about boosting Facebook posts. So in order to boost a post, you must have a business page. So it is important for us to have our own health and fitness page so that we can use that page not only to give health and fitness tips to, anyone who happens to be listening, or but then also a chance to kind of communicate about our challenges and our upcoming programs and some of the things without feeling like we are personally being too salesy. But a couple months ago, I want to say in February, we boosted a post and we got a lot of interaction on it. And one gal her and I just hit off a conversation on Facebook. She's from New Jersey. I've never met her before in my life. We just really hit it off. Like, we had a lot in common. She loved health and fitness. She was, we met on the phone a couple times because I'm a big believer in phone calls. And so we've had a couple of phone calls and just kind of getting to know each other. Like, she's not a trainer, but she's thinking about looking into it. She's looking into the kind of the nutrition side of it and loves it. And I've talked to her twice about the coaching opportunity. She said no both times. And then she just bought a challenge pack though for the first time and is joining our new challenge. So keep in mind, I think it takes time for people to trust us. Because, they want to know, the world of health and fitness, I've said it before, the world of health and fitness has so many successes and so many failures that I think people are scared to put out, $140 for a challenge pack if they don't know that they either trust the person who's communicating this to them or has seen some results from other people. That's why Darwood's such a walking testimony, and why he's been so successful, I think, is because A, he cares about people and he forms trust really well, but then B, he's also proof the product works. Like, he just continues with the Shakeology, continues working out every day, and just shows people what can change in your life if you just commit to health and fitness.
But it also took me a long time to say yes to you.
It did. And he's been my neighbor for 6 years. So
just don't, nobody's a no. They're just a not right now.
Right. And same thing with my now good friend, Kristen. Like, I'm so excited. I met her online and she's like one of my favorite people. And I get to spend more time with her now that she's going to do our next online challenge. So pretty cool. Christy's laptop might have just died. We'll see if she pops back up here. Kylene, tell us what's going on with you.
I have been working on Rock the Basics.
Okay.
1.0 Express, I think.
Okay.
my goal last week was to get through all 19 lessons. And when I said that, Rachel, I think you kind of chuckled a little bit, and now I know why. I have 5 left.
Woo!
So, and I haven't done the, and I told you a little bit about this, but just so everybody else knows, on there it has the 5-day clean eating challenge. I'd actually received a request from at least one person, and I'm just going to take it and run with it for the 21-day fix. And so I'm going to start that challenge June 1st, and I'm going to what am I going to call it? Countdown to Summer. And I found it really cool, and this may have just been a coincidence, I don't know. But summer actually starts on June 21st this year, and it's a 21-day fix, countdown to summer. I just thought it really well. So I'm really pumped about that. I have been and this is definitely one of my weaknesses. One, I hate being told no. And so I am really dragging my feet, starting to just get out there and connect with people. And I have talked to several different people, just kind of mentioning it. And I actually spent a lot of time today figuring out the best price for somebody who is really interested in a short, easy workout. They're just starting to get back into it. So I spent a lot of time doing number crunching and things like that, because I feel like if I start small with them and something works for them, then I can continue the conversation, as opposed to saying, here, buy this $160, or $205 T25 challenge pack, but you get Shakeology, but here's all these good deals. And they're like, I'm not interested in deals. They're interested in getting their feet wet. So right now I'm kind of thinking that starting small is at least starting somewhere.
That's so true.
So,
that's a great quote of the night. Starting small is at least starting somewhere.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So after we get off, I'm going to do my first post and create an event page, and hopefully get all that rolling. So.
Yay. So if we can give Kylene a little bit of love. And Kylene, if you have any questions about your post, like one thing that my new coach Jamie did before she sent her, and she sent a bunch of private messages, but before she sent her private message, she sent it to me and said, hey, how does this sound? And I kind of messed with it a little bit and tweaked it and said, what about this? What do you think about this? So feel free to do that, Kylene.
Okay. You actually posted something on the Team Whole Foot Facebook page that I think you may have taken from somebody else even, that was the 21-day fix. And so I'm just going to go off of that.
Yeah, I thought that was great. Christy shared that with me, and I.
Oh, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So, and I just finished running a Spartan race on Saturday. And a lot of people saw those pictures and kind of know a little bit about that. So I'm thinking using that to kind of segue into, I really want to keep the momentum going. Who wants to join with me? That type of thing. So. Yeah. We'll see.
Kylene, do I have your permission to connect you with, and this is how we work as a team, guys, and you can feel free to say no after I said that, but do I have your permission? I have a guy who lost 110 pounds doing Insanity and P90X, and of course it took him 3 years to do it, but still, he did Insanity, P90X, and then Insanity again, and ended up losing 110 pounds. Just kind of gave him the fitness fever, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
But now he's training for a Spartan race, and it's his very first event ever. Do you think I could connect you? I think he would make a fabulous coach. He says he wants to wait a few more months before he feels really confident in his weight loss. I'm like, you lost 110 pounds, honey. Like right. I think that's like story enough. But he does need, a little bit more time to feel confident in himself. So do you think I could connect him with you and just say, hey, if you have any questions, ask Kylene?
Yeah, definitely. I'm all for connecting with people and helping out whoever.
Okay.
Now, just so that you guys, for those of you on the call, I'll make this super short. My cousin is actually a Beachbody coach too. And this was kind of a big slap in the face. I tried to connect with her, reach out. And she just basically said, no, you're not a coach under me, so I'm not interested in even having a conversation with you about Beachbody. So I was like, oh gosh, my heart just sunk to my toes. So that was my big no. And it also realized the importance of a team. No way in this world would Rachel ever say no to anybody who wants to, communicate about Beachbody or fitness or anything. And I don't think I'm not that type of person anyways, either. So it just makes me feel really privileged to be on such a supportive team and, connecting with people, and regardless of who they're under and the logistics of all, really just kind of focusing on, what we're about.
Yeah. And can I just say, I told Kylene this on the phone when she was telling me her story, and I said, can I just say that the most successful people in this business are people who say, this is what I've learned, and I am way okay with sharing it with the world. Like, for instance, Durwood went to a Super Saturday, and he met a guy named Mark Briggs, who was a 9-star diamond, and he had created a training program similar to Rock the Basics, but different. And he opened it up and said, any coach who's here, there's 150 of them. I don't think any of them were in his downline, because he was a special speaker sent by Beachbody Corporate. He said, here's my website, and Durwood's taking his website and looking through it and going through some of the information there, and we might take it and tweak our own training program. And so some of the most successful people are people who are willing to share what they've learned. And that's essentially the key to this business is learning and sharing. That's what we do in our challenge groups, right? We learn a little tip or a little thing about fitness and nutrition, and we share it with other people to help them be successful with their fitness. I think the same is true with the coaching program. We are Team Beachbody. They call us Team Beachbody for a reason. We're all a team. Christy is like being mauled by her dog over there. Are you guys seeing this? We can't hear you, but he's awful cute. So yeah, thanks for sharing that with us, Kylene. And yeah, just to encourage you, I think that it's okay to take what we learn and then pay it forward. And yeah, but those are hard no's. So yeah. Marie, tell us about you.
Okay, my internet's kind of going in and out, so I know, but
Okay.
and the prep, and then Rock the Base, I did most of it. I did my own running, so I don't have the time to run my own challenge by myself. I need to be in a group all the time. So that's kind of where I am. I did make this mistake. I don't have a lot of customers under me. I have a lot of coaches under me.
Okay.
So that's actually kind of my goal, is for my next few people to be customers so that I'm paying for my own Shakeology, because I have, 4 or 5 coaches under me, but I don't have, then they're all VIP discount. I was hoping there'd be a couple that would, kind of step up to coaching. But so far they've been very involved in challenges, but not in running anything. So it is what it is, and that's cool. But that I have realized that I don't have income because of that part of it. So that's my goal for the next couple challenges. And on this challenge, I'm hoping we did the 5-day free one, and I had 8 people that were just random people off of Facebook invites that I did. That really works for me, is to set up an invite for the challenge. And so I don't do it every single time, but I don't feel bad inviting mass numbers of people to an invite. Yeah. But then the people who do respond, and the people that responded are not anybody that I'm close to, or even that necessarily talk fitness or anything. They were just acquaintances that are on my Facebook page. Yeah. And so that's where I get those kind of people. And so that's been cool. So hopefully some of them are going to roll over. I haven't heard back from all of them on after they did the Mother's Day deal, but
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see.
I've had a lot of really positive response from the Mother's Day. People liked it a lot. So
Good.
it was a good
yeah.
one.
Well, I loved watching it.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all did good.
So Marie, that is, like we talked about with Kylene, that is the power of a team. Like we have one thing I didn't show you, and I'll share it for you with you real quick. We have on
Can't hear
team,
you.
Oh, can the rest of you hear me? Okay. If you go to teamwholefit.com and do next level, coach login, we have all of, let's see, it's thinking. If you scroll down where it says resources, click on the button that says resources, and you scroll down here, coach relations, some information about that, helpful tools, Team Beachbody podcast app right there, the Compound Effect, Facebook, Zoom, and then challenge templates. This right here is golden, not only for you, Marie, but for anybody you partner with. Challenge group templates. This is like anything that we've done that we have felt like was successful. We have 14-day, 21-day, 4-day, 5-day, and then 60-day challenges in there. So I'm sure once since
Cool.
the Mother's Day one was great. So I think we're going to package that up and put it in the 5 days. So if you click on the 5-day, like you can see 5-day Be Better, 5-day Jumpstart Your Fitness, and a 5-day Clean, which is the one that the Team Rockstar Fit came up with for us. So we're just kind of like, as we produce good challenges as a team, we will package them up and put them on that website on that website for all of us to use. So Marie, for
That's
you,
cool.
yeah. And then I always encourage my new coaches, if you're nervous about doing a challenge all by yourself, like feel free to grab somebody else and partner up. And we've had a lot of people partner. For you, I know it's a time issue. And it's super helpful, isn't it? It's just super helpful to have, a day where you don't have to think about it and let somebody else kind of help with the posting. And so that is way okay. Good. Well, I'm so glad you made it on here, and I thought you were going to cut out, but you sounded great. Christy, what's going on with you? We'll give you a few minutes here at the end.
Just challenge. We start a challenge next week, and just helping new coaches kind of get started. And so that's for summer. I'd like to stay diamond for summit, and yeah, that's I'm just kind of just staying steady and just keeping with what's going on so far.
One thing that I love about Christy is she is such a good coach of a coach. So she is a great, great mentor. I think sometimes when your team grows, and right now you have like 18 PS coaches or something? You have a ton. Yeah, she has a ton of PS coaches. Sometimes when you have 18 PS coaches and you're running challenges and you're keeping up with customers and you're talking Success Club points, plus you're trying to keep up with Rock the Basics, and it's hard sometimes to keep up with your coaches, but she's such a natural mentor, and I think that's why she kind of flew up to Diamond. Like you signed up in like November and got to Diamond in, was it like February or something? I think it was 4 months, January or February. It was like 3 or 4 months that she flew up to Diamond. And I think it's because there's the trust factor there. But then B, she's such a good mentor for her coaches. So keep that in mind once you do become Diamond. Like Diamond is a bump in income for sure. But there is a little more responsibility involved. And that responsibility is just caring for, and like she said, she's helping her coaches by running these challenges with her coaches. And so that's something like as a successful Diamond, that's what we do. We kind of create ways that we can mentor and help our coaches. Like one thing I'm doing is creating this new Rank in the Bank program. Like that's as a Diamond leader, I feel like it's my responsibility to help you guys succeed. And so I do that best in mass with this. And so she does a good job with that. Christy, do you have any, sorry, I totally interrupted you. Do you have any, you said your goal is to stay Diamond for Summit. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else going on or any questions or challenges?
Summer will just be, I just need time management stuff will be good for me to figure out summer, just because that looks different than what the school year looked like. So, right. Yeah. Same here, for sure. Those dang kids, they run everything.
Dang kids. They sure do. I love it. Okay, well, does anybody have any other questions or anything they'd like to add to our discussion tonight? All right. Well, the two big things are new Rank in the Bank, teamwholefit.com, big stuff there. We love it right now. It might be changing. As you go through Rock the Basics, I welcome any and all comments, thoughts. This is a program that was not created by anybody in Team Whole Fit. It was created by Team Rockstar Fit, and we love those leaders and they do a great job. But we are always welcome to recommendations or things that make it more us, because our team has a little bit different feel, a little bit different heartbeat than some of the other teams. And we want to make sure that we're communicating well. If you think that the sessions are too long, if you think that they're information that we don't need or information that's great information. I really liked the social media lesson. I really liked this lesson. It's always good to hear, just so we know kind of as we tweak it, what to keep and what to toss, and just trying to make everything as doable as possible for us busy working moms and students. And I know we all have a lot on our plate, and I think we can be successful at this and do other things too.
Dads.
Rachel, I do have one comment about the Rock the Basics. I love the titles and stuff that are up there, and they're really catchy. I'm wondering if there would be a clear way to go back and, like, because right now I'm on 14 of 19 of 1.0 Express.
Uh-huh.
And so if there's an easier way so I can go immediately to, like, okay, find lesson 14, you may already be in the works of that, but I feel like that would be a lot simpler for me, at least.
That's perfect.
Click.
Yeah, that is so perfect. No, I'm sure there's a way. I'm telling you what, that Lauren, she's like a miracle worker. She is like a technology.
Yeah,
miracle.
I know there's a way. I just don't know how to do it, but
Yeah.
it would help.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that feedback. That was great feedback. Derwood, did you have something to say too?
No, I was just making sure you didn't forget dads. You said for us busy moms, and I'm just messing with you though.
And dads, it's so true. Busy dads, and I mean, Derwood has a full-time job too. I mean, who wants a full-time job, really? But yes, thank you. So yes, we welcome any feedback, even when I leave out the dads and the men. All right. Well, thank you so much for your participation. I don't know about you, but I get so much out of these Zooms. Like, I just love seeing your faces and hearing from you guys of what's going on with you. And I learn from you guys. So please keep coming and keep giving me your feedback and what's going on in your business. And I can't wait to do this thing together. And I so can't wait. Summit's in just a couple weeks away. And I know we're going to have some fun there too. So Rebecca and Marie and Christy, go ahead and stick around, and we'll talk about our upcoming challenge. Derwood and Kylene, have a good night. Message me if you need anything. Bye, Kylene.
Bye.
And I'm going to stop recording.